Hey speakers, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So go ahead and like and subscribe and let's get started. Good evening, my speakers. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone has had a terrific Tuesday. As for me, of course I won't complain. It has been a trying couple of days, these past couple of days. I hadn't mentioned thus far, but on Thursday night, I had to take my husband to the ER, which we already knew pretty much of what was kind of going on. But long story short, he ended up having emergency surgery on Friday, and then they had to go back in again on this morning. So pretty much I have been going back and forth. We had some other things that was going on at the time as well. So trying to deal with that as well as be there for my husband, because right now, it's really, really trying for him, all that he's going through. And, one day I will do a story time. Make a long story short, pretty much that what dealing with my husband's illness, um, we went through some very trying times because all of a sudden, well, it wasn't so much of all of a sudden, because of course my husband originally had diabetes and led up into kidney failure. So he is a dialysis patient, and now we're having to deal with all of this. It's been trying. I can say that. And again, that dealing with that is what led me to start my candle business that originally started as a hobby. And then also, just being on YouTube, period, because just listening to other content creators a lot of times would get me through some of the darkest days. And that's kind of what, what led me to YouTube, and it became an enjoyment for me. So, and then of course, in the last couple of months, I decided to go ahead and, become a content creator. But YouTube brings me a lot of joy. It make me happy. That's why I always kind of veer off from anything that's too drama filled or anything, because I come here for enjoyment, you know, facts, get facts and opinions, laugh, and, so that's why I always stress, everyone's, free to their own opinion. I don't mind it. But just keep it respectful and drama free. That's all I ask, because this is my peace through some of my tough days. Like, on Saturday, after I came home from the hospital, I watched the show. I wound up doing the review, and it actually lifted my spirits. It lifted my spirits because, again, this is something that is weighing really, really hard mentally on my husband as well as myself, because it's going to be life changing, so just keep me and my husband in your prayer. I will continue to push my videos out. But if you see where, my demeanor is a little different or whatever, it's just know that I'm battling it, but I'm pushing, because I have nothing but faith in God that, things will work out for the best. But anywho, just wanted to let that out just in case if you notice where, my demeanor is a little different, it could be because of that. But anywho, y'all, before we go ahead and deep dive into the actual video, please, everyone, go ahead and like the video if you have not on your way in. Subscribe to the channel. Everyone is welcome. Become a part of the speaker fam. And of course, turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever another video is uploaded. So, as you can see on my thumbnail, we will be discussing Love and Marriage, Huntsville. We can start out. Now, I did leave the Hassa Letitia baby up because, of course, we'll kind of I have an audio of the digital exclusive if you had not already heard it. And pretty much we know that they have been putting those clips out because what it does is it kind of give you a better idea of how the full scene went. A lot of times on the show, they cut and edit things out, but they're giving you a little more detail on some of the things that were cut out on certain parts. Now, on this week, they kind of highlighted the actual scene where, of course, we saw Mel, and it was Mel and Tiffany and Stormy was in the spa, and pretty much let's see what they had to say. Let me go ahead and play that audio for you. Give me 1 second here.
It's none of our business, but everybody and their mama have an opinion. It's just the nature of life, and that's okay. Let's not get started on the mamas. Right. Stop. My mama always got a baby. What she saying right now about you carrying this baby? Don't do too much. Sit down, Tiffany. Thank you. You're doing too much, Tiffany. That's my grandma. They just want to make sure you're good and healthy. Yeah, baby's gonna be big. He's been measuring big the whole time. He's in the 90th percentile. He's huge. I love that. Huge. He's gonna have to grow into his head. He will. Lose blames on me. So what was y'all reason? Like, did y'all know y'all was coming to like this beautiful environment, this beautiful atmosphere today when Tisha called? No, I'm just really. Y'all just thought y'all was coming. If I have to be forced into something like this. Like, I have to be forced to pause. Yeah. Often, and so this was a forced moment where, as long as everyone's good and like we're here to support each other, I think it's a no-brainer. You know what you did? Pause, breathe, and go in Mama Moses with melody. Mm-hmm. That was good. You literally ignite her. Huh? You literally ignite her. I'm doing another one this spring. Are you? Yeah. I used to do them every spring anyway, but I didn't last year because COVID and stuff. But I'm gonna bring it back this year. It's so beautiful. Yeah. Well, it just depends because you might be in the house with a newborn. Well, no, because you were saying you were going to Dubai around the same time I was delivering. Yeah, for the fashion week. Yeah, we're gonna do the October one instead. You do remember? Yeah. We're gonna do the October one. Okay. Y'all think it's so nice that Tisha put this together? Yeah. What made you come tonight? Like everybody, what made you come? I was asked. I think she and Kimmy were doing something the other day, and she got on the phone and was like, "Hey, I want to do I think she said celebratory something." I was like, "Okay." She said she was going to get the details. I said, "Okay, just let me know." So I was available. That's awesome.
All right, so there you have it, the extended version of that particular scene. Now, was it me or was it Stormy kind of being messy? Now, of course, we saw a great deal of what all Tiffany had to say. And I must say, I don't know. Well, we all seen in the very first season that Tiffany was on, she came out swinging. She had so much going on with the Kimmy and Maurice and Monster situation. And seemed like after that, she kind of quieted down and looked like now this season, she coming back with full force. And guess what? That's fine. We all understand. You understand the assignment. I think she is laying it on a little thick because, for one, she wants to secure her spot for the next season. So I guess she figured, okay, I got to come out swinging to bring it. Or did this baby make you do? I mean, I don't know. But it just seems as though to me, she is just being extra, extra shady. But then on top of that, you have Stormy in the comment that she made. Yeah, everybody and they mama, like she stressed and they mama. Girl, we are all well aware that your mother is a part of this show. We are all well aware that your mother has a very, very strong opinion on Mel. Whether we agree with what she is saying, we all know we're well aware of who she is. But it just seems as though to me, and it was like she made the comment, well, did y'all know what y'all were coming here for? Or what made you come? What kind of question is that? What kind of question do you ask someone, what made you come? Because I was invited. Duh. What made you come? It was like, to me, like I don't know. It almost seems like you're waiting for an answer to see what someone's gonna say, so maybe you can carry a bone, maybe. Or is it that you just really was just trying to spark up conversation? I'm not sure, but to me, it was just a little like side eye-ish. Like, I got the side eye you on that, because the questions that you were asking just didn't seem that appropriate. And then, of course, I mean, again, back to Tiffany. Tiffany, you was doing so much. Mel had to point out, you doing too much. I think she said that, for the sake of the baby, calm down. You doing too much. And that's just letting her know. I think in the back of Mel mind, oh yeah, I'm gonna scratch your name off of here too, because I see where you coming from. Like, so are we gonna have a yet another cast member that is going to be poke at Mel? Which, to me, I think Tiffany is going to be more of the cast member that's going to try to stay in the middle, but she's going to be the bone carrier to me for both sides, in my opinion. I think she's going to be the one carrying the bone in between the two sides. I don't think it's going to necessarily be where she'll pick a side. I think she's just going to be the bone carrier, similar to Kimmy, in my opinion. I mean, that's just what my take on it. But anywho, to me, this probably was the best scene of the actual episode, in my opinion, because to me, the rest of it just didn't really give that much. And I stressed last week as far as how Melody had been marketing the actual show and really posting and pushing the show. We see now that they're coming out with the digital exclusives, as well as we see Carlos actually doing the after shows, which to me, I think that's like a mimic of Andy Cohen, but anywho. And then we also see where Mel is literally almost posting every day, encouraging fans to watch the show, because she is aware that a lot of her fans have kind of shied away from the show due to the treatment that we have seen her get on the show. So a lot of people rather wait on content creators to push out the review and just hear what happened versus sitting there for an hour and watching it. And I must say, in my opinion, this last episode did not give, and it almost is like I had to force myself to watch it. So I'm hoping moving forward that it'll pick up, because as we could see here, the ratings dropped yet again. Now, of course, the very first week we had 288,000, then it went to 353,000, and now we're back at 340,000. So it dropped. And originally, as I had stated, I felt as though maybe on that first episode, it could have been due to Easter weekend, people were traveling. But we all know at the end of the day, you can log on to YouTube. Well, I'm not going to push YouTube as far as own, but you can pretty much log into if you have cable or what have you, you can sign into your account right there from your iPad, your phone, wherever you are, if you just wanted to watch. Last week it picked up. This week it's back down again. Now, I know that they had a big fight this weekend, with the Javante Davis and the Ryan Garcia. But how many Love and Marriage Huntsville fans is watching an actual fight? So I don't know. I'm just trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. But anywho, we all know that Mel is encouraging everyone to watch. Again, I hope for the sake of Mel that the numbers will increase. But I think a lot of people is basically over it. You know, hopefully she'll go ahead and get syndicated, and she'll do what's best for Mel moving forward. But as far as the other cast members, they might want to get to doing something different, because if you don't really have no real motion going on, you might be looking for employment, because I don't know if this show is going to survive. I mean, I would hate for it not, but we just have to speak facts and what we're seeing before our eyes, because these are not the numbers of a number one show. Let's just be honest. So I don't know what the plan is. It kind of ran across my mind for a second, and I was like, I wonder, because I just kept thinking, why do they keep bringing different family members in for the Scotts? Are they really? Because at one particular time I had heard they were trying to do a spinoff. I don't know if this is something that they're trying to get going and it's just introducing people, or was it just a coincidence his dad came on the actual show. Either way, I don't know if that would be enough to bring in the numbers, because we know outside of the Mel and Martell storyline, um, really and truly, well, I guess it was the Maurice, I mean, not the Maurice, it was the Marceau and Letitia and the alleged cheating rumors. But of course, they batted that down and swatted that down so fast that it didn't even really last long. Nobody else has really brought anything to make this show really stick out anymore. I think now that the Mel and Martell thing is kind of simmering down, I don't know if the interest is still there. Along with the fact that a lot of people kind of was done for last season, when a lot of things took place right before our eyes via social media and the show, that I think people have just chose not to view it anymore, which is sad, but it's true. But anywho, y'all, yeah, the numbers actually decreased a great amount. And I really, like I said, I hate that. But as long as Mel gets indicated, it is what it is at the end of the day. Because, yeah. So, anywho, y'all, moving on, and I'll put the picture back here because I didn't even feel as though he was important enough to put him on the screen. Because as I have stated in my past videos, I am done giving Mr. Holt the benefit of the doubt. And I'm going to just call it for what it is. I'm done for when it comes to him. It's like every single time you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, somehow it slaps you in the face. And if I'm not mistaken, when I did the review of him, and when I did the review of him in the interview that his last interview that he had with Eric, I stated, give it time and we'll all know if that was genuine. Well, here we go. Because we all know that you stated in the show and told your mother that the lawyer wanted $10,000, or you owed the lawyer $10,000. Mel wanted to take it to trial, take the custody battle to trial, and you stormed out. You stormed out for whatever reason, be it alleged you don't have the money to pay for it, alleged you was just that mad that you decide to do all that, from my understanding, throwing chairs, tables, or what have you, allegedly, that you knew that this was just like a L for you. And now we're coming up, and allegedly you wanted Mel to pay your lawyer fees, as well as you get profits off of Sugar Mama's line. I want somebody to please tell me I'm lying. Please tell me that this is not true. Please, somebody tell me this is not true. Because if it is, True. The audacity of you. The audacity, the whole audacity of you. But I say it all the time. It's no end with a narcissist. So now he knew he was going to take that L in this case. So then he well, since she's going to win, she need to pay my lawyer fees. How that sound, sir? First of all, you were the one that brought this case on. This was your idea. Matter of fact, you need to pay her lawyer fees. But we know, alleged, you don't have it. Hence the reason why this trial is over. On top of the fact, you want proceeds and money off of Sugar Mama's line that, sir, you didn't even make one post to market. Not one post. You didn't shout her out. You didn't say congratulations. You didn't repost the ad. You didn't do anything. So tell me again why you think you deserve to get $1 from this. What did you do to work for this, sir? Because the last I heard, you felt as though Melody wasn't a good mother because she worked too much. Oh, but now you want to reap the harvest of all of this working she allegedly does. Let you tell it. You are the lower than low. You know what? You are the lowest. You are the lowest. And so now it's coming out as to the real reason behind the custody battle. Now, yeah, again, I do feel that, you wanted to pursue the custody battle because you wanted custody of Mel as well. But you also wanted to be able to have dibs on her finances because you alleged was going to go out for child support. You wanted Melody to pay you child support. So, of course, we all know that if they would have granted you full custody, then she would have had to pay you child support. That's the reason you filed for full custody. Why haven't you filed full custody of Knox? Because you know his mama ain't got nothing to give? Because for a woman that sits down all day, and do absolutely nothing, we see her son hooping and hollering all on the screen when she go live. We have seen several different occasions where it was kind of questionable as to what was going on, as far as him eating sugar and sweets for breakfast and alleged pulling alcoholic beverages from her purse. Why you didn't take her to court? I'm trying to understand. Seems as though to me that child you should be more worried about his living situation than the M&M kids, because you've lived with Melody. You've been there with her. You know that she's a good mother. But again, you had a motive. Yeah, you might love your children, but at the end of the day, Martell loves Martell. And so you wanted to get your way by any means necessary. And the one thing that I hate, because thank God Mel was vindicated, but what I hate is the fact that you will probably try something else. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. A narcissist, as she stated, a devil never stopped trying. You have to be ready to battle at all times. Now, from what we've seen and from what we've heard thus far, the custody battle the custody case will remain the same. Well, they'll continue with their 7 days on, 7 days off. Now, will this prevent Melody from moving? I don't know, because of course we have heard her state several times that she would like to leave Huntsville. So hopefully this will give her the ability to be able to leave Huntsville and go wherever she would like to go. And it'll just be up to him on how he get his kids on his 7 days. See how that'll work. I don't even know how that would work. So 9 times out of 10, yet again, she'll probably put herself second as she should, as a mother, and remain in Huntsville so it can work out for her children. So again, she's giving you grace. Because when I took that, if I would have took that win and you asked me for child support and for money for something you didn't have nothing to do with, no, he can't do that. I don't, I'm not paying him anything, but what he can do is pay me. Even if we do split it, he could pay me. Matter of fact, he could pay these lawyer fees that I've accumulated for this nonsense that I have endured for months. So yeah, again, like I said, we just have to sit back and watch what's next. And then seeing you on the picture of the video with you and Destiny and the other young lady, you shame. To me, that was a face of shame. You put that hat down so far on your head that I know your head was hurt. We see you, sir. We see you. We see you. And guess who do you have to blame for this? No one but yourself. But somehow, some way, as a narcissist do, he's probably blaming Melody for his embarrassment. Ain't that funny? Ain't that funny how it worked, where they will blame everything on the other person and not take no accountability, because he knew all along that this was nonsense. This was unnecessary. But he'll never admit it, because him admitting it will admit that he was wrong, which is the sad part. So I pray that, Mel finds peace. I pray that she get to do everything that she needs to do. Now, also, I did hear alleged he has been ordered to take or undergo several tests and evaluations. And it's a part of the court order. So hopefully, he'll get that done. Again, I'm not an advocate for, tossing out the other parent and children, because at the end of the day, the children still love their father. So I hope that he get the actual help or medication or whatever he need. I hope he get that so that he can move on with his life and be a good father to his children and be a respectable ex-husband. Because we're going to emphasize ex. You out of there. Your time is done. Accept it and move on. And I guarantee you'll sleep better at night if you go ahead and just move on. But as long as you're trying to hang on, you ain't doing nothing but hurting yourself, because God has Mel covered. Can't you tell? You should know that by now, sir. Because it seems as though to me, you're the only one suffering. Wow. It's funny when those tables turn. Like my grandmother used to say, it ain't so funny when the rabbit got the gun, huh? I know it's not. But anywho, pretty much, y'all, that was it. Just wanted to come on, touch bases to see if had you heard any of this hoorah that's been going on in the YouTube streets. Hopefully I'll be able to come back on with another video on tomorrow. Again, like I said, I will one day do a story time where we can actually, kind of get to know each other, or you get to know me rather, as a content creator. Also, tomorrow is Wednesday, and that is originally when I said that I wanted to do the Wind Down Wednesday, but unfortunately with everything that's going on, I can't just say that I'll be ready and prepared for a live. So hopefully maybe we can push that back to next Wednesday. I definitely apologize. But anywho, y'all, that was pretty much everything that I had for this evening. If you have not already, go ahead and like the video on your way out. Again, subscribe to the channel, become a part of the family, and turn on those notification bells so you'll be notified every time I upload a video. And as always, Have a good night. Love each and every one of you. Good night.